This week, I checked out a Red Wings preseason game at Little Caesars Arena. I explored the stadium and a bit of the surrounding neighborhood, and stay tuned to see what I took home as a souvenir. A coworker who grew up in Detroit told me that the best way to get to the stadium was to take the People Mover. The People Mover is a free monorail system that drops you off half a mile from the arena. The half-mile walk took me past Comerica Park, home of the Detroit Tigers, Ford Field, home of the Detroit Lions, and the Fillmore. I bought the cheapest ticket I could find, and I was sat 3 rows from the top. There wasn't very much legroom up here, and I'm 4'11", so if I was struggling, I can only imagine how everybody else was feeling. But at least there were TVs up here that showed what was going on the big screen. So by this point I was hungry. I walked around looking for something to eat, and I ended up at a Little Caesars pizza stand. Well, because I was at Little Caesars Arena after all. I got myself a personal slice. The Red Wings were now up 2-1, and it was nearing the end of the first period, so I decided to go walk around. I saw some really cool memorabilia from both the NHL Red Wings and the NBA Pistons. There were some really cool statues throughout the arena, and I saw some pretty cool art. One thing is for sure, getting a drink here is a non-issue. There are so many places to get a drink. What I was shocked about was the amount of sit-down restaurants that were scattered throughout the arena. I decided to go inside one of these places, and I sat at the bar. One of the TVs was showing the Detroit Tigers game, and on the day I recorded this, they were still trying to clinch a playoff spot, so it was very exciting. The other TV had the Red Wings game on, so I didn't have to miss anything. And I also got to see them keep on scoring. And as an added bonus, I made new friends at the bar. We chatted for the majority of the second period. Shout out to Cecilia, John, and Ian. I watched the third period from my seat and saw the Red Wings beat the Sabres 5-2. I was surprised when the announcer told us to stay seated because they were going to be doing shootouts. Those usually only happen when a game ends in a tie to determine who would be the winner. I found out later that during preseason, the home team can ask the away team if they want to do shootouts at the end of the game. It's for practice and to test out the new prospects. I think it's kind of cool, and it was really neat to see. The Red Wings won again, and the game was officially over. Leaving the stadium was also a very fun experience. It felt like the party just kept on going. The buskers were very talented, and I got to walk past a few of them on my way to Hockeytown Cafe. This is a place that my friend recommended to me, and I was really excited to check it out. Hockeytown Cafe is a block away from Little Caesars Arena. There's a bunch of memorabilia everywhere you look, and I really want to experience this place during a regular season game. It just seems like it's a really fun place to go to either before or after a game. I sat at the bar and I could see both Ford Field and Comerica Park from my seat. It's so cool that the 3 major stadiums are right next to each other. And I couldn't believe it, but I ran into Cecilia and John again. After chatting for a while and saying our farewells, I had to make one last stop to get my souvenir. I went to Mom's Spaghetti and I bought myself a jar of Mom's Spaghetti pasta sauce. Even though I was only in Detroit for one night, I had so much fun watching the Red Wings beat the Sabres, exploring Little Caesars Arena, and meeting my new friends Cecilia, John, and Ian. Thank you guys so much for joining me in my adventure this week, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.